especially for this group. I was going to keep the place up. Probably investigated this claim.
Imagine having a girlfriend call your job and say that you're gonna shoot up the place.
I told you what Jasmine did.
The other bills they had to do with it. This investigation over the next months. See, the psychiatrist, he investigated. So I can go back to it. The judge ruled to give me 50% custody. I was really excited, but when I finally saw my daughter, it was a shock because when I saw her the last time, she was a tiny little baby. And now she's a walking toddler. Steps, those kind of milestones, and that hurt my feelings.
Aww.
3 months after I was granted 50% custody, Rosa made a new allegation against me. She called the cops and said that I was sexually abusing our daughter.
God.
He tried to use this as an excuse to make sure I lost any custody that I had in court.
This is very frightening. There's not much sympathy for child abuse. That accusation was extremely damaging.
I was constantly in a state of fear. Any minute I could lose my job, never see my daughter again, possibly
Rosa was to try and paint him as this monster that he just is not. These allegations were just pure bullshit.
I was dumbstruck. I was really shocked that she went that far. At the time, I believe Rosa's motivation was that she wanted to have custody. She wanted to be the parent. I wanted to have grandkids. And I think she probably pushed Rosa into the relationship with me. I think, this made me more but I realized just wanted me on.
It appeared that she'd do whatever she could to get whatever she wanted.
Chip terminal almost ready.
My name is Casey Bates. In 2011, I was a deputy district attorney in Alameda County. Through the course of the investigation by the court, it was determined that the parent didn't inappropriate sexual contact. The allegation was completely fabricated. And that, ironically, for Rosa, resulted in the court stripping her custody rights and providing them to Eric. So the table had completely gone.
Over time, Rosa became less cooperative. She started to refuse to do what she was ordered to do. People just weren't believing her anymore, and that caused her to be more combative. The most conflict she had was with the thing for mediator. Almost every time there was a he had a statement of some sort of conflict with her. The court started to give me more custody. Started off with the 50-50 custody.
Airdrop is coming.
85% physical custody for me and 100% legal custody.
He was killed in the face by her own behaviors. Yes. So she guessed herself.
In there, huh?
May, you really did make yourself indispensable because Rosa and I were not talking at all. May needed everything. By this point, May was working in a different office than I was. I didn't have a lot of interactions with May, but the ones that we did were still cordial, friendly. You know, Manny was never one to like raise her voice or showing we hold a grudge. As I learned later, she does hold a grudge, but she doesn't express it. During this time, my grandmother always tried to be there for my daughter. Play certain little games while we were sitting in bed with my grandmother. She would do like little things like roll back and forth between us and stuff. And grandmother would be like yelling, like, roll the pony, roll the pony. And my daughter would just laugh. It was a fun period of time. I really seriously know what I just.
Airdrop is coming.
On this day, January 7th, 2009, Southwest Florida, election fall. We were out of the hospital hour together, and she didn't answer the phone. We became worried. A few minutes later, he called again. Again.
Airdrop has been delivered. Location exposed.
Each time he called, he sounded more distressed. You can hear in his voice his concern getting more and more heightened.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Tell that
Your teammate has been killed.
Called Jeff and who are Les's son and daughter-in-law. Try to come over and do a wellness check on him.
Started at Dunn Police Services. Jeff and Yuda came down. There's no kind of good relationship now with Sally. Did not come aboard. We took the team to the goal. Once they did that, they saw Eric Chin go to the house. I was pulling to the house. That's to see Jeff and his wife Ada started to walk towards me. Jeff introduced himself, and I kind of had a feeling that this meeting, going with a starting to create more health.
Airdrop is coming.
Something might have happened to her, you know, a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. So Eric and his daughter, Jeff and Judah, entered through the garage door into the house. Jeff and Judah stayed downstairs. Eric
Airdrop has
went
been delivered.
upstairs with his daughter. Upstairs. I didn't see her in the bed. I didn't see her in the room or the joint bathroom. I did not see my grandmother in there. Her room was behind me. And I saw me. Shocked. I was like, what are you doing here? She said that my grandmother assaulted her. Right, I'm starting to eat. Then he said that grandmother was downstairs in the garage, which the New York comes to me, not that out. Set my daughter down and asked me to watch her.
Airdrop is coming.
Dog
tag has been scanned successfully. Your teammate will return to the battle when the next revive flight arrives.
And then got me with case with me. Well, they started eating me back in there.
Chip terminal is almost ready. Airdrop has been delivered.
Crazy as bitch.
There's town to the dock. They were sitting from the house with their own safety, ran their sale.
The safe zone is collapsing. Half of the teams are eliminated.
But everything down looked like they were. I had got it together enough to start to fight back. Pushing back, like, hitting back. There was two of them, so I took one way, but the other was getting me. And
Who was the other person?
The mom and the dog.
Okay.
at one point, May dropped the baton. And I was able to grab it.
Airdrop has
They
been
just
delivered.
started swinging wildly, and I know I was hitting people. But eventually they were able to get it out of my hand.
Pussy as well.
He took the baton and put it over my throat and I guess pushing down. And I was trying to get my hands up to push back. And that's when Rosa came out with the gun in their chest and ordered me to stop. I stopped fighting. At that point, May asked if I would give up custody of my daughter, and so caught with that.
Engaging the enemies!
So scared. With custody, he said she was my friend. He needed help.
Airdrop is coming.
I said I would put in first custody. Locked in the dark bathroom.
Airdrop has been
I could
delivered.
hear the swimming, so I'm glad to go.
Skill chips ready for upgrade.
When I heard the sirens, Rosa still had the gun, and I felt like she could shoot me in any moment.
Funny to a gunshot call, there's that things that go in your head. As you get closer and closer, of course, your adrenaline goes up because you don't know what you're doing. We filtered through to July. As we go in, we get near and screaming and struggling.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
There was another voice that screamed, "Please don't kill me. I don't want that." My partner and I reached us up the stairs, so it was bad. There were tasers, there were bullets.
The safe zone is collapsing. Airdrop is coming.
He was a lot of police. Yes, the theme on the street because you completely see when you got your face.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Cipher, the suspect victim was pretty different. Given the fact that we didn't know who our suspect was. And expect
Down to the last five team.
Hands don't move. Unfortunately, the male did not listen to those instructions. He jumped from the hallway into a bedroom.
They were yelling at me not to move, but I also knew that Rosa was pointing the gun, so I kept moving where I knew at least Rosa couldn't hit me from where she was. I just was like, get away, get away, get away.
At that point, my partner ate him to subdue him. That way, we could chase him.
That's it. And I seized that I couldn't move.
Eric was screaming out that his 2-year-old daughter was in a bathroom upstairs. And looking down the hall, there's a mirror. And I saw a reflection of another person who was hiding their head across the hallway. At this point, we identified that there were 2 women in this residence. One later identified as May and Rosa, who was in the bedroom.
Since they didn't know what was going on, they basically just kept all of us. And they put me in a police car and put me in the ambulance. Because it was just standing on the front lawn and, for a long time. And at that point, that's when they found my daughter in walked in the bathroom. They called CPS, and while I was walked in the police car, I was able to see the CPS with her holding my daughter's hand and walking away from the house.
We had 2 females up there.
Only 2 teams left. Getting close to victory.
And we had Eric Hill, who was much larger in fiber, so finding the term who assaulted who was confusing. Rosa's demeanor was weirdly not someone that was just involved in a major execution.
Airdrop is coming.
His demeanor also very calculated, odd, for sure.
Chip
At the
terminal
time
is
of
almost
incident,
ready.
I had been paid to
Airdrop has been delivered.
for approximately 3 years. My partner and I, when we first got to the scene, Eric was in fact a go kart. His eyes were wild, he was sweating, he was...
The safe zone is collapsing.
It's nothing like get a confession from anyone. Just passing by to say, here is my grandmother.
Eric was yelling and screaming. She was somewhere. They'd done something to her, and you could hear the fear in his voice.
So our concern when we can't find Sally is very high. She doesn't drive. She doesn't leave the house without some kind of assistance. She has to be there somewhere.
During the third, I went upstairs. I saw that there was nobody else in the house, nobody in the bedrooms. And so, where is Sally?
May and Rosa were home search, and they found a revolver in one of the brushes. Which led us more to believe that there are suspects as opposed to Eric.
Eric lived at that residence, so he had a reason to be there. Rosa and May had no reason to be there. They did not live there whatsoever. He's gone.
Oh.